Hello everyone and welcome to the Rift. Today we have a bunch of new cards. That's right, it's reveal season and we are getting a ton of new cards to look at and to play with. There's a lot to talk about today, so let's just jump right into it. But first, if you want to stay up to date with card reveals, then you'd better make sure to subscribe. And if you're enjoying the content, then make sure to like this video. And if you want to start playing Riftbound right now, then you can, using the resources provided in the video description. Alright, we got a bunch of interesting cards today. The first one is Consult the Past. This is a 4 energy hidden blue spell with 3 action that just says draw 2. So it's Pot of Greed.
I summon Pot of Greed!
Book of Greed? Something like that. Yeah, drawing 2 cards for 0 energy sounds pretty good to me. I think you probably played 2, maybe even 3 copies of this card in most blue decks right now, except probably Kaisa, because she doesn't really need help with drawing cards. She draws a ton of cards. Her issue is that all the cards she draws just aren't good enough right now. So she needs better options than just more card draw, because I think she's got that covered for now. Like half of the cards in her deck already draw cards. But yeah, probably 2, maybe even 3 copies of this card in literally every other blue deck. I think it's just really good. Even if you're playing it for its 4 cost, if you have Sona up on the field, then that's not a cost. And I think probably Ari is going to be a lot less power hungry. Yeah, I think Ari is probably going to play 2, maybe 3 of this. Probably 3 thinking about it more. That deck really doesn't pay that much power right now, so you can probably afford this most of the time. Maybe even 2 copies of them. Teemo definitely wants to play this. It's a hidden card, which is what Teemo wants to do, and that deck really needs some good draw power, and this is exactly that. Yeah, a really good card. Quite crazy for a common draw spell. I'm really interested to see what higher rarity draw spells are going to look like in blue. Hopefully they're even better than this, because right now blue is not a very good color, but this card definitely helps improve that problem. Speaking of more blue cards, we've got Blue Viktor. He is a champion unit for 4 energy and a power with 3 might. Not great, but let's look at his effect. When you play a card on an opponent's turn, play a 1 might recruit unit token in your base. Okay, I definitely don't think you play this in Viktor. I think it's too slow and has too low of a might total, and it costs a blue rune, which is also a problem. I think the yellow Viktor is still just better, and you're probably not putting this in your main deck either, because your main deck is already pretty tight and you just have better options. I think really the only deck this fits in right now is Teemo. You're playing a lot of cards on your opponent's turn in that deck, so you can proc this effect multiple times, which if you're not proccing this effect multiple times, then it's probably just not worth playing. I don't think Ari wants to play this. I think she just has better options, and Kaisa doesn't really want to play this either. You're playing a lot of spells on your own turn in Kaisa, not many on your opponent's turn, especially in the mid to early game. You're definitely not doing that. You're only really holding energy up for the opponent's turn in Kaisa, like later mid to late game, so this card could get some value then, but probably not. There's just better options to play in that deck. Maybe you could try playing it as a 2 of, but I'm not so sure. And Ari really doesn't want to play this either. You just have better options to play. So yeah, pretty good in Teemo. I don't really think it's going to see much play outside of that for right now. Maybe later if we get more reaction stuff, but for now, not really. Alright, the next card is Malzahar, a blue champion unit for 4 energy. He's got 3 might, and he says kill a friendly unit or gear and exhaust him as an action to add 2 power. It's a very interesting effect. It's a sacrifice outlet that you can use to kill your own stuff, which is always useful to have access to in the game, but not right now. This card really just doesn't do anything right now. It's really slow, it's really low stats, it just doesn't really accomplish anything. I don't think this card's gonna see any play right now. There's just nothing to combo with it. Getting to add 2 power is fine, but it's just so slow. You gotta take a unit off the board, you've gotta exhaust him, so you're wasting a turn of using him for attacking or moving. Yeah, I just think this card's way too slow right now. Maybe later, maybe he'll have his time to shine, but not now. Alright, let's talk about Blue Teemo. This is a blue champion unit for 2 energy and a power, and he's got 2 might. And of course, being Teemo, he has hidden. Also, when he defends or when he's played from from hidden, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Deal 1 to an enemy unit here for each card with hidden, then recycle them. That's pretty nice. Statistically, you're likely to get 1 hidden card from the pool of hidden cards that you're able to put in your deck. You have like an 85-ish, 90-ish% chance of flipping 1 hidden, and about a 50-50 chance of flipping 2 or more. So reliably, you can expect this to do 1 damage, which is not great, but it's still something. Teemo really lacks good hidden cards right now, so I think you just play this in the deck anyway, and to get its effect off, you need a high density of hidden cards in your deck, so he helps with that. You can reveal himself off of his own effect, and that works. That's pretty neat. Yeah, it's just an okay card. I don't really think it helps Teemo that much. I honestly think Blue Viktor and the Book of Greed are going to help Teemo a lot more than this card. Next up is Nocturne. He's a purple champion unit for 4 energy and a power with 4 might, and he's got ganking. Not a bad stat line, although it's not that great either, but he's got another effect. When you look at cards from the top of your deck and don't draw them, and you see me, you may play me for 1 power, which is pretty good. That's a really nice discount on this unit. There really aren't that many cards that look at the top cards of your deck right now. Really, the best one is just Blue Teemo, but even then, if you're playing 3 copies of this card in your Teemo deck, you have like a 33% chance, about maybe like 35% chance to actually flip one of these when you're flipping 5 cards. So in my opinion, it's just not worth including. It's very low odds to actually get his effect off, and if you're drawing this guy, it feels pretty bad. Yeah, I guess you can discard him sometimes, but like it's still just clogging up your hand. I generally just don't like including cards in my deck that I never want to draw. That just feels really bad when it happens. He's not the worst unit ever to just play out, but Teemo is pretty energy and power hungry, so I really don't think you have space or usage for this card. Alright, that's all we have for today. I'll be posting a ton more videos on card reveals in the future, as well as live streaming gameplay and my live reactions to new cards, all throughout the course of reveal season. So if you want to keep up to date with new card reveals, then you'd better hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you want to start playing Riftbound, you can do so right now with the links in the video description. Alright, that's about all I wanted to say today. Take care.